Good morning, everybody. It is Thursday morning. I'm here at the office. Went for a walk this morning, about 3.5 miles, and which you'll see here in just a minute. Did want to share with you about being able to get off of some of my medication. Well, not get off of, but I have been able to cut back on my blood pressure medicine, and in fact may be able to cut it out completely here before too long. And so my body's starting to bounce back and get back in line, and so I'm looking forward to that. But I hope you enjoy the video. Just a little bit of my walking and talking and showing you a little bit of Marion. Alright, talk to you later. Bye. Alright, I'm nearing mile 1. 18 minutes, 15 seconds. I think that's a little better than yesterday. But anyway, I thought I'd give you a little trivia. When I'm walking, I always have my earbud in, listening to something. Not music, but to an audiobook. And this audiobook is of my favorite French detective. My favorite French detective. Can you take a guess at who that might be? I also have a favorite Belgian detective. Do you know who that is? My favorite Belgian detective? Take a guess. Let me know. And then finally, there's my favorite British detective. My favorite British detective. So, I have a favorite French detective who appeared first in print and in film. My favorite Belgian detective who appeared first in French. My favorite Belgian detective who appeared first in print and also in film and TV. And then my favorite British detective who appeared first in print. Hey, that egg's still there. And film and TV. So, those are my 3 favorite. Take a guess. Let me know. I'll tell you in a minute who they are. Mile 2, 18 minutes, 11 seconds. Getting quicker. So, my favorite French detective. Were you able to guess? Well, there's the one and only Chief Inspector Maigret. Chief Inspector Maigret. My favorite pipe-smoking French detective. Now, do you know my favorite Belgian detective? My favorite Belgian detective. I'll tell you that at mile 3. I have lived here for 16 years and I've not yet ever come up to this building. This is, let's see if you can see this or not, the old county jail. Not country, county. This was the 4th county jail building. Was originally a 2-story brick frame structure. Some of its hardware and sales materials were used in the construction of the 1911 jail, built west of the courthouse. Abandoned and vacant from 1919, it was purchased by Arkansas Power Light, AP&L in 1931 as part of a project to bring Marion a public water system. AP&L removed the 2nd story and converted the structure into a secured, I don't know what that says, brick office building. In 1968, AP&L donated the building to Esperanza Trails Incorporated, BSA Troop 72. So this used to be a 2-story building, made into a 1-story building. Used to be the jail, and it was converted into an office space. Interesting, huh? I would take you in, but it's locked up. Wish I had a bunch of American flags. Be nice if I had a light and could show you that. But anyway, the old county jail. Pretty cool. I find it interesting. Interesting that I haven't ended up in jail. But bye. This is one of our museums here in Marion. See if I can get in on that. The Sultana, the exhibit. The worst maritime disaster in U.S. history. I've yet to go look through this. Wonderful flag. Love you. But you see when it's open. Adults 5, children, citizens, senior citizens, and children under 12. $3. It's actually not too bad for a museum exhibit. But yeah, the Sultana, or Sultana, I can't say it right. I'm originally from New Mexico, so these southern words, you know. But anyhow, whoa, I'll give you a little bit more history on the Sultana here in just a minute. We haven't quite made it to mile 3 yet, but I thought I'd let you know about my second favorite detective, favorite Belgian detective. And my favorite Belgian detective is none other than Hercule Poirot. Hercule Poirot. First brought to us in book by Agatha Christie, and then a few movies and TV shows. But old Hercule, always using the little gray cells. So Chief Inspector Maigret, my favorite French pipe smoking detective, and Poirot, my favorite Belgian detective, using his little gray cells. All right. Hear that? That train whistle? Apparently last night, train whistle got stuck on for 5 or 10 minutes. That would get old really quick. I was sound asleep, I didn't hear it. Grateful for that, huh? Okay, I just made 3 miles. So my favorite English detective, you may have already guessed, Sherlock Holmes. Yes, Sherlock Holmes. He's a pipe smoker too. But yes, the consulting detective. The world's only consulting detective. And yeah, he's pretty cool. Brought to us in print by Sir Conan Doyle. And then many movies, radio, TV, and still going on today in such reincarnations as Elementary, and then Sherlock, the BBC series, which is one of my favorite. So we have Chief Inspector Maigret, who was brought to us in print by George Simenon, and then Belgian, Hercule Poirot by Agatha Christie, and lastly Sherlock Holmes by Sir Conan Doyle. So there you go. 3 of my favorite detectives from Britain, from Belgium, and from France. Alright, so let's look here. This is a little more information on the sinking of the Sultana. Here you'll see the Sultana. This was map. The explosion. But it says this: the steamboat Sultana exploded at 2 a.m. on the Mississippi River near Marion, Arkansas, April 27th, 1865. Over 2,000 recently released federal prisoners of war and about 185 civilians were on board. Authorized human capacity was 460, and they had 2,185 on there. Approximately 1,500 people either burned to death or drowned. The Sultana was 260 feet long, 42 feet wide. When the Civil War ended, the federal government paid $5 per soldier and $10 per officer for passage home on a steamer. Disease, infection, and shortage of food and pure water caused thousands of federal soldiers to die in the overpopulated prison camps of Andersonville, Georgia, somewhere that I can't pronounce, Cahaba, Alabama. Fragile soldiers who had survived the horrors of battle faced a cruel destination when they climbed aboard the ill-fated Sultana. Arkansans rode aboard wooden rafts in Arkansans. Hey, did you know that it's actually a law that if you mispronounce Arkansas, you know, there's a law against doing that? So yeah, be careful. Arkansans rode aboard wooden rafts in order to pull survivors out of the river. Townspeople transported the near dead to in-house and riverbank care stations. Others who swam to the opposite shore were taken to the hospital or the soldiers' home in Memphis, Tennessee. So, one of the worst maritime disasters in United States history. And they don't really know what happened. Some think that it was sabotage, and there's other ideas as well. But my goodness, it's a lot of people lost their lives right here near my home. So, out there somewhere, it went down. But every year they have kind of a memorial that they do, and they invite all the people who are related to those who died in the Sultana, and even those who survived the Sultana, to come and take part. And so maybe I'll get over to the museum and you can check that out too. Alright, we're nearing home now, in the final little stretch. See you in a minute. Well, I'm recording. Didn't realize that, sorry. You know, I've lived in this area for a number of years. And if you look on maps and stuff, you'll see that this area is supposed to be a road, a through road. Well, we can't. No dumping allowed. I've seen dumping. But it also says no trespassing. Well, I already drove a motorized vehicle through the park, the complex, so broke the law there. Now I'm trespassing, and I'm doing it on video. I think mainly they're worried about people driving through here. But it's one of my bucket lists. Walk through here. So after I walk through here, I can die a happy man. A lot of interesting things you can find as you're going around. All right, see you in a bit.